Is he gone or is he not? Welcome into another episode, right? Is Tom Brady gone? Did Tom Brady just finesse us all? Thanks to Adam Schefter. We'll get to that and much more. On Blindside Sports, episode 27. Emmett Douglas with you. This is Championship Sunday as I'm recording this. And yeah, before I get into the show, though, we have a couple stories to get to. Denver's new head coach, Tom Brady retiring, picking the NFL games. We're going to do that on this episode. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good Sunday as I'm recording this, literally 2 hours, an hour and a half before the championship game. So before I get into the show, though, if you guys remember Kobe Norman, the guy I brought on last week, who co-hosted with me the episode about I'm stupid. The divisional round, right? If you remember that, dude, I tweeted this on Twitter, but I'm starting out a new position, right? I'm gonna be obviously hosting this show. Nothing's gonna change, but I'm gonna be in the producer's chair for his show because he doesn't have the equipment to start like a real. And look, the sooner you start, the more you'll cheese. So I decided to help him out. I'm super excited. That's the next journey. Also, if you haven't checked out my other interviews with Brian Noe, with Kobe Norman, with Eddie Garcia, with Chris Perfett, Jonas Knox, Ben Maller, Coop, VJ Husky. Go check them out. All right. Emmett Nosey 04 is my Twitter. Blindside Pod 11 is the show's Twitter. Emmett Nosey is my IG. Blindside Sports 00 is the show IG. Blindside Sports 7 is a TikTok. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this, but yesterday, obviously you did see this. This is kind of one of the weirdest sports stories we've had in a while because Tom Brady, Adam Schefter dropped a Schefter bomb, and when he does drop these Schefter bombs, they tend to be a little bit incorrect, But he decided he tweeted out basically saying that Brady's done after 22 seasons and a great career. Tom Brady has said deuces to the NFL. Man said, see ya, goodbye. It was fun, but I'm done. And, obviously social media is just having a blast talking about Tom Brady. And then a couple hours later, Schefter had a situation. And this situation was that Tom Brady actually wasn't retiring. Right? He said, look, I'm not, I don't know if I'm ready, I don't know. I don't know if I'm, ready to call it. And it was his dad said, there's no way Tom Brady's retiring, basically. His dad's like, no, Brady's not retiring. And look, do I think Brady's retiring? Yes. But I just don't, I just don't really think Brady wanted it out right now. Like I think he's kind of, waiting for stuff to like settle down and do all that. But look, the thing is with Tom Brady is he's done everything he's ever imagined to do in his career, right? He's made all these Super Bowls. He's won these rings. He has all these records. And the only thing left for Brady to accomplish is playing till he's 45. But for him, I think if like it was his wife, he said, look, it's based on my wife. And I feel like she's gonna want him done, and he's accomplished everything. He just didn't want the accomplishment to come out. He didn't want it to get out, right? And I just think he was waiting for a slower time. And yeah, but I will say this too, is it's gonna be really weird because I'm a pretty young dude. Tom Brady's been in the NFL longer than I've been alive. So ever since I started watching football, I've been seeing our boy Tom Brady in the NFL. So that's gonna be really weird. And it's gonna be really weird to not see Brady in the playoffs next season, like at all. Not like it's just gonna be interesting to me, I think. And yeah, Brady's gone. Weird to see. And yeah, Blindside Sports, Emmett Douglas with you. And we have a couple more stories to get to. How about the Broncos hiring Nathaniel Hackett, the Packers coordinator, as their head coach? This is a weird hire, in my opinion, because this, to me, this just shows one thing, and they're going after Aaron Rodgers, right? And Devontae Adams. And because this shows that, okay, they want the similar system. And the Broncos, they definitely have the team around it, right? They have the running backs, they have the receivers, they have the defense, but I think their goal is to go after Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams. This is why they hired this guy. And do I think it's a good move? Look, for the Broncos, of course I'm going to try and go after Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I need to, you got to think. AFC West. All right, let's go. Let's break through those teams. Obviously, we have the Broncos, Chargers, Justin Herbert, 2 times a year. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, 2 times a year. Raiders, Derek Carr, 2 times a year. Now I get Derek Carr's not like a Herbert Mahomes level player, but he's dang good. The Raiders are actually a pretty solid team, right? Well, let's go to the NFC North, where Aaron Rodgers is playing. Jared Goff, 2 times a year. The Lions, not really much. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, they're figuring stuff out 2 times a year. And Justin Fields, they're figuring stuff out with their new head coach. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm thinking maybe is my success better in Green Bay, even though it's all Aaron Rodgers' fault because he can't win in the playoffs. The guy sucks at being a playoff quarterback. But yeah, and if I'm the Broncos, man, I think the Broncos are just like, look, if we don't go for it, we're never gonna win. So why not go for it? Right? Yes, we're in a stacked division. This division's gonna suck for years and years to come. So why not, at least try? And you have to applaud the Broncos for that. I definitely think they're kind of leaning on the path of Aaron Rodgers leaving. And if Aaron Rodgers leaves, then Devontae Adams leaves. Because that was pretty obvious last season. So that's definitely what the Broncos are thinking, and you can't really fault them. With the way Aaron Rodgers is, you can't really fault him. And the Broncos have that defense. They're like they're kind of like Tom Brady joined the Bucs. Like they're a quarterback away. But I do think Jameis is better than Teddy B. It just did Jameis threw a bunch of picks, but Broncos are a step away from making that move, and that division is tough, right? That is going to be, without a doubt, the best division in the NFL. So, like I said, it's obvious what the Broncos are doing here. Blindside Sports, Emmett Douglas with you guys, coming to you live from the Blindside Studio. The Emmett Nosey 04, Blindside Pod 11 are the Twitters. Emmett Nosey and Blindside Sports 00 are the IGs, and Blindside Sports 7 is a TikTok. Hope you guys having a good day. This is just a quick little episode. Without further ado, let's get into the best part of the episode, the championship games. Chiefs, Bengals. Chiefs favored by 7, over under 54.5. All right. Chiefs are Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, is playing. I know there is some question of can Tyrann Mathieu come back after suffering that concussion last week. And look, this is going to be a very close game. We have Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and when they played earlier, it was fireworks, right? And I get Joe Burrow, hasn't been the best in the playoffs, but this Chiefs pass rush isn't really, it's not the Titans pass rush. I think it's going to be a very close game. Look, and I learned my lesson about sucker bets a while ago. I really did. But this is one where they're kind of sucking me into the over in this. We're going to get to that anyway. But, Joe Burrow, I think, is going to show us some fireworks. I just don't see a playoff game, being 7 points or being more than 7 points like that. I don't really like the spread for that one. I think that's too big of a spread for the AFC Championship. I think Joe Burrow and the Who Day Nation are going to keep it very close to Kansas City. There was literally no defense last week for KC. And Joe Burrow's going to use that, find his weapons, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, CJ Uzomah, use Joe Mixon. It's going to be a high-octane offensive game. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. There's obviously going to be offense with that playoff Mahomes. Yes, I've recovered from that loss, a while ago or last week ago from the Bills. I've recovered from the Bills loss, and I can admit, I can't hate Patrick Mahomes as much as I used to. But, yeah, I don't really expect much defense to be happen. I think the -7 is horrible, and it's weird, too. I don't really think that there's going to be much of like upsets in this week at all. We're going to get to that later. I just, Chiefs are pretty dang unstoppable. And last week I rolled with it. I know I'm going to regret this too. But like when I see, like I've been saying Chiefs Rams all week, right? But yeah, gave him my pick. So Chiefs favored by 7, over under 54.5. This is the official blindside pick. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, and I'm gonna take the over, and I'm gonna take the Chiefs to speed the spread. I don't think it's gonna be closer than 7 points. Come on. That's just how that one's gonna go. Yeah. Next game here. Rams versus the 49ers, 3.5 point favors for the LA Rams, 45.5 over under. Look, Jimmy G hasn't been too good this postseason, and the Rams have been dang good this postseason. And it's kind of hard not to roll with the Rams here. I could see exactly why people would like this upset against the Niners. I mean, they've won 6 in a row against they've won 6 in a row against the Niners, won 6 in a row against the Rams. So like, I really understand why you'd want to take this upset, right? Why you'd want to take the Niners, but just the way they've been looking in this postseason hasn't been good. Let's be real. They shouldn't have won last week's matchup, right? Against the Packers. It was awful special teams. Their offense was non-existent. They're kind of banged up a little bit. And I do think it is between the Rams and the Chiefs. And talk over the Rams side of things is that defense is going to go crazy over Jimmy G. That offense is, the playoff Stafford thing isn't like that thing got squashed. And I think the only way the playoff Stafford stuff is going to come back is if somehow they lose today. And yeah, I just think it's definitely going to be an easy game for the Rams here. I'm gonna pick against this. I like the spread here. I think it's gonna be like a 28-24 game. Give me the LA Rams and give me the over. So your Super Bowl Chiefs Rams. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and hope you all had a good day. Peace.